has been one crazy day. I've struggled to technology today. Um, so much for the unboxing. I've already unboxed it. I've already gone through it twice. I've had nothing but trouble today. So today we're going to talk about selecting handle material, stabilizing handle material, and we're going to go through some of this material that I just got in. So stay tuned. If you want to learn a little bit about knife making, knife selecting, handle material, and all that good jazz, you're in luck, all right? So that's what we're going to do tonight. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm going to try to cover the bases. Anytime you're making a custom knife, once you get to a certain point in your knife making journey that you can produce quality knives, I wouldn't recommend on your first few knives to use premium handle material because, let's face it, your first ones, they're not going to be that great. Probably not your first 20 or 30. But you know, once you've made a few hundred knives, then you want to use a little bit better material. You want to pick some nicer handle material, nicer stuff, work with some really nice stuff. Because, I mean, if you're going to spend all that time to make a knife, why not use the best material possible? Hey, Tom, what's up? I'm going to move this light a little bit because I know I'm shadowed a lot. Let's try this. So this is my third time. I actually have a second camera rolling now so that if this doesn't work out, then I'll edit a video and post it to YouTube. So anyways, I just got in a big package of handle material for this upcoming limited edition knives. And the other thing I talk about when it comes to handle material is different handle materials are more stable than others. And if you have a handle material that's not real stable, you really want to get the handle stabilized. What stabilization is, there's a lot of different ways to do it. There's ways you can do it yourself. I do not recommend stabilizing handle material yourself. You're going to end up with subpar results, and pay the pros. They've got it figured out. Every single thing you stabilize is just a little bit different. It's chemistry. You know, they have different solutions for different type materials. Hey, Malachi. Yeah. Pause that washer just so I don't got to listen to it spin out, or YouTube don't have to listen to it, whatever. For those of you who don't know, like, this is my work area until I get the shop built. So, you know, we got other things going on here too. Anyways, stabilization. Knife and Gun Finishing Supply does an excellent job. That's where I send all my stuff to be stabilized. You can do it yourself, but trust me, it's something that you want to have done professionally. So, I just got in all this wood for the next limited edition run, and we're going to go through some of it, and I've already seen it, but not all of it, but I've seen a lot of it. So, anyways, with no further ado, check this out. Now, this is some. So, this is from Kieran's Koa. I've been buying wood from him for many years. Typically, I like going to the shows because I like to go hand pick my stuff. There's some stuff in here. Well, it's all really good. I got some higher end stuff. I got some not quite the high end stuff, but I got the nice stuff. And I got the next step down. I told him, I was like, look, I want nice stuff. I don't want, the problem is you got to pay for it, right? So let me show you this. Oh, this here is a piece of spalted maple that I got. I bought this years ago. Like, I'm a little bit of I have a problem. I'm going to start a support group. I like nice looking wood, stuff that's very just beautiful stuff. Knives, sure. So anyways, the thing about wood is this piece of wood can make tons of handle material, right? However, if you really want to get something nice, you want to think about where you're cutting out of this. And realistically, I could cut hundreds of pieces out of this, or I could cut a handful of really, really, really nice stuff, right? So a lot of times when I design knives, I'll actually like trace it out, cut out a negative, and then I'll put it out on the wood and I'll lay it out and I'll try to get the grain and the flow of the handle material to match the profile of the knife. The idea being, like, when you pick up a knife and you look at the handle, it should almost look like it just grew right out of that blade. You want to take the time, think about how you're going to lay it out, and make sure that it just flows together. So that doesn't come without a cost, right? Like, if you take a piece of wood like this and you get a half dozen really nice scales out of it, well, you know, thankfully I can do that. It's not like I'm trying to produce 10,000 knives and I just need 10,000 scales to slap on there. I take a little more time and I try to think about how and where I'm using that wood and get the nicest stuff possible. What's the most valuable wood? I don't know. I really like ironwood, koa. I like things that are pretty stable, that have lots of chatoyance, lots of figure, lots of movement. So, knife maker word of the day today is chatoyance. If you don't know what that is, it's it's when you look at the wood and it appears to move or it reflects light in a way that gives it kind of a tiger eye effect. So when you look at the wood and some light, as you see as I move it, you can see the movement of the grain and stuff. Now, I did not have him sand these super smooth and, you know, put some shellac on it or whatever, because there's really no point in it. I was trying to save time and labor. So I'd rather spend time, I'd rather pay for the figure of the wood than him to do a bunch of work that I'm just going to undo anyways. So he also sent me, I had him send me a bunch of the drop. And this is stuff that he would have cut when he cut my scales down to size. Here, I'll show you. This here is a good one. Let me get this bottle here. Give us a little spray. So there you can see, like, well, maybe. Look at that. See that? Just beautiful stuff. And you can see this side without the water. Doesn't look as nice. Give it a little squirt. Look at that. Why do I want these little pieces? Because they're not trash. In the past, I've taken and made things out of these, whether it be like some earrings, or my kids will make something out of them. I don't let anything like this go to waste. Let's show you something else here. These are some other scrap pieces that he sent me. It's really kind of tricky to show this in the camera, but just beautiful figure. Beautiful stuff. So I'm really, really happy with what I got. Here's some more of it. I really like the tight curls. Show you some more. Let me try to find some of but it's really kind of a bummer that my first recording failed. But you know, we got, this is the first shipment of many. We got enough to get started on these limited edition knives. So I like the tighter curls and the kind of darker wood. That's what I really like. There's a nice one. Look at that. I'm excited to get to working on these. The favorite part of knife making for me is when the handles start going on, all your hard work starts paying off. You really start to see things take shape. Just gets exciting. Exciting. One of my stakeholders texted or messaged me today and said, hey, when are these knives going to be done? Wouldn't I like to know that too? So Rob, if you're out there, I don't know. That's the truthful answer. I don't know. I'm working on them every day that I can. Got a lot of things going on. Super busy. Working on still the sheath design, finalizing some final details with the sheaths. I'm also working on streamlining the handles. You know, a lot of this stuff, you know, I've been doing, but like the handles have turned out to be, I'd hope that the handles for the Genesis would be something that I could sell to people who already have Genesis and they could just throw handles on their knives. Well, the problem is I had to custom make sheaths for each set of handles that went on the knife. And so I could put the handles on a knife and make a sheath, take it back off. But, you know, it became too time consuming and too many barriers in between. And with these handles, I still have to do a lot of work on them when they come off the CNC to make sure that the fit and the finish is just perfect, to make sure that they go together properly. And so they really haven't been practical for me to really make enough of them to sell the way that they should be, right? So I'm trying to iron out the wrinkles and get that to be more of a streamlined process, kind of, you know, getting the last final details to the point where that's going to be better. So working on that, working on the Talon sheath, trying to perfect it, working on trying to build a shop. I took a spill a couple days ago, landed on a cinder block. That was fun. But yeah, this is just some beautiful, beautiful wood here. What's your favorite handle material? And, you know, so just for reference, you know, I spend a lot of money on handle material. I've put $400 or $500 pieces of material on knives before. I've put $400 piece of material on knife before. You know, I've had somebody ask me, they said, what would you do with an $800, $1,200 knife? So I'd take it out and use it. Like that's, you know, I'm not the type to buy, ooh, this one hasn't been opened. Should we open it? I'm not the type to go out and buy something that I'm not going to use. If I bought, I won't, but if I buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari, guess what? I'm going to take it out there. I'm going to drive it. I'm not going to drive it. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to take it to the track because I'm going to drive it the way it was intended to be driven. So I would never buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari or sports car, but if I did, I would drive it. I would drive it really hard. If I bought a brand new truck, I don't buy brand new trucks, but if I bought a brand new truck, guess what? I'd be driving it through the woods and testing out the 4-wheel drive. Probably bone. Mark did Tusk would be yeah, you know, Mammoth Tusk, I've worked with Mammoth Tusk. Ivory is amazing. Unfortunately, you know, I wish it was still something that was abundant and fun to use. But, you know, part of what makes that invaluable is the fact that it is rare. But as you start to learn things and experience things and you know, you realize like, hey, this one ain't been opened either. I haven't even got to open all these toys, so I'll open some of these here with you. You start to realize why things are prized, why, you know, what is quality. And a little bit of it is just how well easily it works or how stable it is, how just beautiful it is. Look at this one. Let's give it a little. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that. Wow. Look at that. These are gonna be super slick. Super slick. Looking forward to it. Hello, Duck Dynasty. Yeah, they wish they were me. I was Duck Dynasty before Duck Dynasty was a thing. What's the other one? Somebody else. There's a singer. Somebody says, trying to look like. No, my wife made this hat. This is an alpaca hat. Oh, you mean the beard? The beard, yeah, it just grows naturally. I try real hard. It's a lot of work. Look at that. Would you look at that? I just love it. So when I go to shows, when I go to like shows where there's suppliers selling wood, I shouldn't tell you these secrets, but here's the secret. When these suppliers go to these shows, they keep back stuff for day 2, day 3, all that kind of stuff. When I go to the show, I try to get there early. I try to be the first one at the tables so it's not all picked through. And then if I'm not early, I still, you know, you just say to the guy at the show, look, I know you're hiding the good stuff. Like, come on, bring it out. I make them pull it out. They've got stuff stashed back under the tables. I make them get it out. They're not saving anything for day 2. I'm buying it. Tell me a sin you committed today. I don't know. That's not what we're talking about right now, but you know, I don't know. You know, they keep back a lot of stuff. Exactly. You know, if you want the good stuff, you got to ask for it. That's all there is to it. So, thankfully, this one's cool. Thankfully, over time, you build relationships with these suppliers, and they know if you're willing to pay, you know, they'll let you know when they get something nice in. If they have something stunning or something special, and then you can decide if you want to buy it or not. But unfortunately, I used to have a supplier years ago. I had a supplier down in Arizona that would send me ironwood, and he would send me an entire large flat rate box. I don't remember how much it cost. It was not much, less than $100 or less than $200 for sure. And it would just be slam packed full of raw ironwood. And ironwood is so expensive now, you might pay $100 just for one nice piece. And in that box, when I'd cut it up, there'd always be tons of just stunning pieces. So, unfortunately, I only bought a few flat rate boxes, and I didn't hoard and stockpile it all. But I have a decent collection of some really nice stuff. Just waiting. Yeah, this one's hard to see. That might get some of these are going to get rejected. Some of these, but he sent me some really good stuff. Most all of them like this. Look at that. Love it. that's the hard part, is trying to find 100 pieces that are all stunning is not an easy thing to do. So these scales came from, I'm gonna say it wrong, but Karen's Koa. I opened the box earlier. The first time YouTube wasn't responding well to me, and unboxed all this. He sent me some cool stickers. They're buried somewhere here, but yeah, it's kind of funny. So my wife asked me today, she's like, hey, when's your wood coming in? And I realized, like, it's Wednesday. They shipped last week. And I realized, I don't know. So I went to check my messages on my phone, and he had sent me a message asking me if my PayPal address was correct. And I didn't see it, and I never responded to it. And so then I started worrying that my package got shipped to some random house 5-6 hours away from here, my old place. And I was like, I don't know, my stuff should have been here yesterday or today. And so I panicked and I sent him my address and I was like, did you ship it? You got tracking? And about a half an hour later, the UPS guy showed up and I'm like, please tell me you have a box for me. Sure enough, he did. And when I seen it, I knew I was golden. Thankfully, I updated my PayPal shipping address. If you're going to buy something online, make sure you've updated your PayPal shipping address. Pro tip for today. Do it. I get people order knives and stuff all the time, and not all the time, but from time to time. And they don't bother checking the shipping address, and then I ship it to the wrong place, and then it's not good. Fling shot life. I can't read. I love ironwood too. I used to live on ironwood. Fine, sweet. I need a new supplier. Need somebody who's going to send me the raw stuff. So Koa is, I don't know if I say it's protected. You got to have a permit to cut it. You can't just go willy-nilly random cutting stuff down. I mean, you could. You might get in trouble for it too. Koa comes from Hawaii, and I don't know if it grows anywhere else. I think that might be all it grows. It'd be kind of hard to believe, but maybe so. So yeah, I don't go to Hawaii that often. I've actually only been there once, and I think I was like under 2, maybe 1 when I went. My dad was in the military, so anyways, I don't remember Hawaii, and I definitely didn't buy any Koa while I was there, unfortunately. Back then it would have been cheap in the 70s. In the early 80s. So, pretty excited about these. Did I say that? Look at that. Look at that. Yep. Is that what they call monkey pod wood? Beats me. That's one more time than I've been. You know, I'd like to go again, but I know realistically it's probably not going to happen. I've got 10 kids, so, you know, I don't make it too far from home. Look at that. I like it. Stunning. My knives go on more adventures than I do. They've been to the top of some of the highest mountains. They've been all across the world. And I'm just sitting here in the Ozarks of Missouri, enjoying my life, enjoying the Ozarks. Not too shabby. So yeah, we got all sorts of good stuff. What else am I going to talk about? I don't remember. You guys have any questions? Let's see. Monkey pod. I don't know what monkey pod wood is. I'd be interested to learn. There's some stuff. I just realized somebody sent me, one of my stakeholders asked me about this wood. I think it was like some sort of eucalyptus, rainbow something. The bark looks like something you'd see out of a cartoon or out of a what is a Dr. Seuss book, right? All different colors and looks kind of neat. How warm is it there now? It's cold. I've got a heater on back here. Um, it was stupid windy last night, stupid windy all day today. So, yeah, just windy, windy, windy. Had I was thankful that my solar panels didn't blow away because they're not anchored down the way that they need to be yet. Had some old metal fly across the pasture. Thankfully didn't hurt any of the livestock. Beautiful stuff. Monkey pod is also referred to as Arcadia rain tree. Okay. I'll have to Google it. Yeah, I might have found one that I don't know about. I don't know. Not too impressive. That one might not. It might look better cleaned up. That might get the cut. I'll tell you what. I have over 50 scales here and only have one or two that I'm like, I don't know. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Beautiful figure. Yeah, I thought about going because the blade show's happening down in Texas, the 7th and the 8th. Thought about running down there and hand picking through some stuff. It just takes time. I'd rather just spend the money on pay more, get the good stuff. Yes, these are for the stakeholder knives, Jason. How's it going, Jason? Good to see you on here, man. Look at that. Look at that. These are, not finely sanded. They're just, that grain's really going to pop. By the time I'm done with it, it's really going to pop. Look at that. Look at that. So, I had them send me some super high grade stuff. Like that. Just beautiful. And then I had them send me the I don't want to break the bank scales. But still nice stuff, Because not everybody wants to pay $100+ just for the handle on their knife. So, that's I don't know. I don't mind spending the money, having something really nice. I used to have a Koa neck knife that I wore all the time. It got retired. It just got to the point where it was getting pretty thin with the sharpenings. And, yeah, the wind was super fierce, Jason. So, my plan is to kind of wear a knife for 2 or 3, 4 years and then retire it and then keep doing that. And after 30 or 40 years, I'll have enough knives that I can pass them down to my children. And they can have a knife that I carried, that I made, that I used. And then if I did that for another 100 years or so, then I could have enough to give to my grandchildren. No. A knife, if you use it every day and you sharpen it a lot and you really beat on it, they're not going to last. A knife can go down from generation to generation, but if you use it and you use it hard and you use it all the time and you sharpen it often, they're probably not going to last forever. You look at somebody like meat butchers and stuff that work at like butcher shops. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know like how long a knife lasts on a kill floor. And I've got family friends that run a meat locker, I could ask them. But I know like they're buying new knives every so many years because you'll wear them down. You'll see a knife that was inch and a half, 2 inches thick, and it'll just be next to nothing. I've sharpened them down, so sooner or later, you just retire it. There's one. Just beautiful stuff. Super pleased. Did a good job. Um, so currently, I am needing to surface grind my knives. I had a company in town that was going to do it. Unfortunately, they had some stuff break down, and I don't know if they're going to get to it. If they are going to get to it, it's not going to be anytime soon. So that means I got to get my surface grinder out of storage. It's in storage right now. I ordered some new wheels for it, and I'll be trying to get the surface grinder set up, get it balanced my new wheels, get them mounted, and hopefully start surface grinding some knives in the next week or two. And then after that, it'll be time to start grinding bevels and start putting some handles on. I had some custom mosaic pins made. My best friends in grade school would use a pencil. Yeah. Had some custom mosaic pins made for these knives, and they should be here anytime as well. And then we're going to be ready to have some fun. So this is the third time I've made this recording. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. Fortunately, I have a backup so that if this failed, I would. I guess the lesson I learned today is if you're going to record something live, you better go ahead and have a backup camera recording because internet's been sketchy today and I've had some problems with YouTube. So, you guys got any questions? If not, I've got an early morning meeting on these. Some things to do, some things to come. Are the scales for stakeholder knives? Yes, I answered that one. Sucker rods? No, mosaic pins. Mosaic pins. That's what I don't know. Might have missed what you're saying. Sucker rods. I'm a sucker? I know. That's the way they go. Fling Shot Life. I'm going to have to check out your channel. If you would, if you like this, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and leave some comments. Is alpaca itchy, Mark? No, alpaca is not itchy. I love wool, but I couldn't wear wool. Wool is too itchy. So I learned about alpaca. It's naturally antimicrobial, antibacterial. It doesn't hold odors. The nice thing about any kind of wool is wool, even when wet, retains like, I don't know, I'm going to lie to you, 70-80% of its insulative values. So alpaca is just a super fiber. My wife and my children make these. We sell them on the website. I've been wearing one for many years, over 10 years. I love it. I've had many of them. Unfortunately, I've lost a few. The alpaca is my favorite hat material. It's also not too hot. It's kind of like self-regulating, so you can wear it even on a mild day, like kind of warm. But I love it. I wear it all the time. If it's cold out, you'll probably see me with a hat on my head. I don't have much hair on top, so I got to do something. Let's see. Hello, Duck Dynasty. I love that. Mark, you went on the internet today. I haven't been called Duck Dynasty for many years, so that's kind of aging you, buddy. So, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll maybe post some pictures of some of this. Take some nice pictures. Hey. Oh, this one has been up. Look at there. So, Tell me what you think. Do you like koa? What's your favorite handle material? What material would you choose? What's your budget for a handle on a knife? You know, if it's going to increase if you're going to buy a custom knife for $500, $800, $1,200, would you spend another $200 on premium handle material? Am I crazy? Do I have a problem? If you need a support group, somebody to talk to about your wood addiction, I'm here for you. We can start a support group. So anyways, this has been Patrick Rohrman with MT Knives. Thank you for tuning in. If you're still here, if you didn't watch this live and you're still here, thank you. If you left, I understand. Sometimes I don't like to listen to myself talk. So you guys have a great night. We'll see you later. See you next time. Take care.